If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. The present is theirs, the future, for which I really worked, is mine. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. Of all things, I liked books best. Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. I could only achieve success in my life through self-discipline, and I applied it until my wish and my will became one. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. We all make mistakes, and it is better to make them before we begin. Our entire biological system, the brain, and the earth itself, work on the same frequencies. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. No free energy device will ever be allowed to reach the market. Inventors don't have time for married life. It's not the love you make. It's the love you give. The idea came like a flash of lightning, and in an instant the truth was revealed. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. I have always been ahead of my time. Love, I recognize the emotion for what it is, an irrational self-destructive impulse, which is disguised as joy. When wireless is fully applied, the earth will be converted into a huge brain, capable of response in every one of its parts. Great moments are born great opportunity. The Buddhist expresses it in one way, the Christian in another, but both say the same: we are all one. You may live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. Each day we go to our work in the hope of discovering. Perhaps I failed, but I did my best. These masters of mine may do the rest. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. The opinion of the world does not affect me. I have placed as the real values in my life what follows when I am dead. The desire that guides me in all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind. There is no energy in matter other than that received from the environment. My belief is firm in a law of compensation. The true rewards are ever in proportion to the labor and sacrifices made. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences. In a crystal we have clear evidence of the existence of a formative life principle, and though we cannot understand the life of a crystal, it is nonetheless a living being. Though free to think and act, we are held together, like the stars in the firmament, with ties inseparable. These ties cannot be seen, but we can feel them. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance. Of all things I liked books best. My father had a large library, and whenever I could manage I tried to satisfy my passion for reading. In the 21st century, the robot will take the place which slave labor occupied in ancient civilization. The beauty and the scent of roses can be used as a medicine and the sun rays as a food. All matter comes from a primary substance, the luminiferous ether. Crystals are living beings at the beginning of creation. To know each other we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. We crave for new sensations but soon become indifferent to them. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. Nature may reach the same result in many ways. The last 29 days of the month are the toughest. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. My mother had taught me to seek all truth in the Bible. It is a simple feat of scientific electrical engineering, only expensive, blind, faint-hearted, doubting world. My wireless transmitter does not use Hertzian waves, which are a grievous myth, but sound waves in the ether. Is nature a giant cat? If so, who strokes its back? Every effort under compulsion demands a sacrifice of energy. I never paid such a price. When natural inclination develops into a passionate desire, one advances towards his goal in 7-league boots. So we find that the three possible solutions of the great problem of increasing human energy are answered by the three words: food, peace, work. It is a mere question of time when men will succeed in attaching their machinery to the very wheelwork of nature. The entire earth will be converted into a huge brain. The idea of atomic energy is illusionary, but it has taken so powerful a hold on the minds, that although I have preached against it for 25 years, there are still some who believe it to be realizable. So astounding are the facts in this connection, that it would seem as though the Creator, himself had electrically designed this planet. The spread of civilization may be likened to a fire, first, a feeble spark, next a flickering flame, then a mighty blaze, ever increasing in speed and power. The future will show whether my foresight is as accurate now as it has proved heretofore. If Mr. Edison had thought smarter, he wouldn't sweat as much. My ear barely caught signals coming in regular succession which could not have been produced on Earth. Ere many generations pass, our machinery will be driven by a power obtainable at any point of the universe. Marconi is a good fellow. Let him continue. He is using 17 of my patents. All the great religions contain wise prescriptions relating to the conduct of life, which hold good now as they did when they were promulgated. I am equally proud of my Serbian origin and my Croatian fatherland. We should begin at the very root from which we spring. We should effect a radical reform in the character of the food. I predict that very shortly the old-fashioned incandescent lamp, having a filament heated to brightness by the passage of electric current through it, will entirely disappear.